Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Swiss NBA Finals Game 4. As a whole, it's been a great NBA season, but this particular series, having problems. 0-2-1 in my picks in this series. Possibly the last game of the season. We'll see. Game 4 in Dallas. Let's go.
Welcome to the Swiss. The Swiss. Hey, get the Swiss.
All right, Boston in Dallas for Game 4. Obviously, the Celtics are up 3-0. I'm sure you already know that. Mavs are catching a point at home. So they went from 2.5-point favorites in Game 3. They are now underdogs in Game 4. Total dropped a point also. I was at 212.5, 213. It's now at 211.5.
I actually forgot to record injuries and inactives, but it's pretty much the same. For Boston, Kristaps Porzingis is on the report again. He's listed as questionable. Obviously, he didn't play in Game 3, so I'll have to wait and see with him. They didn't announce that he wasn't playing in Game 3 until just a couple hours before it tipped off. On the Dallas side, nobody. Luka Doncic was listed as probable in Game 3. He's not even on the report. So, just Porzingis for injuries.
And let's go ahead and start out by taking a look at how this series has gone so far. It's been all Boston. 107-89 in Game 1, 105-98 in Game 2, 106-99 in Game 3. So Boston has taken all three games, again, as I'm sure you've already heard. And what I'm going to do here is pull up some of the same graphics I used in Game 3 because the points still apply. What was I talking about in the Game 3 video? Dallas is struggling offensively in this series. And this is an offense that was able to put together a 115.2 offensive rating against the Clippers. Well, Clippers, whatever. But Minnesota, Oklahoma City, the number 1 and the number 4 defense, Dallas was still able to find ways to score efficiently. In this series, the offensive rating is way down at 102.1. Effective field goal percentage way down. Assist-to-turnover ratio way down. And what I said after that in the Game 3 video was I pointed at the wide-open three-point misses. Dallas in Games 1 and 2 on the road in Boston, 11 of 47 as far as wide-open three-point attempts, 23.4%. So my thoughts were entering Game 3, hey, back at home, role players should step up. These shots are going to start falling. Did they? Not really. In Game 3, wide open three-point attempts, 7 of 22, 31.8%. So that regression, that room for regression is still there. These shots are bound to start falling at some point, right? And if you really take a closer look at the underlying numbers from Game 3, field goal percentage, 46% to 44%. Three-point percentage, 37% to 36%. So pretty similar there. Rebounds, Dallas out-rebounded them, 43 to 36. Points in the paint, Dallas, 52 to 36. So you might be looking at these numbers. Oh, by the way, the turnover battle, completely even. Fast break points, completely even. So you might be looking at all these numbers thinking, hey, how did Dallas lose this game? It looks like they played a pretty comparable basketball game. In fact, even won the battle on the interior. Well, I'll show you where they lost the game right here. It wasn't the three-point percentage. It was a three-point volume, and that just describes the Boston Celtics. They're counting by threes while you're counting by twos. 46 three-point attempts to 25, 17 makes to 9. So it wasn't that Boston was much more efficient shooting the three-point shot. They just took a shitload more of them. Here's the thing with that. Is that going to change? That's how Boston's played this entire season. 46 attempts is a lot, but they're averaging over 40. So I expect that to be the same. Maybe Dallas gets a little more active shooting the outside shot, but it's not really going to change much. And what makes it even scarier for Dallas is they actually got the game they needed out of Kyrie Irving. Games 1 and 2 in Boston, Kyrie struggled, got back home where he's more comfortable in front of the home crowd. 13 of 28, 4 of 6 from 3, 35 points. Kyrie played a great game. The problem is right here. Luka Doncic fouls out with 4 minutes and change left. 27 points. Wasn't having the greatest game efficiency-wise, but check this out. When Luka Doncic fouled out in that fourth quarter, the score was 93-90 Boston. Dallas was in the middle of a 20-2 run. They were on an absolute rampage. Score was 91-70 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. With 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, the score was 93-90. Dallas was on the move. Luka Doncic picks up 2 fouls in a single minute, fouls out of the game, and then all the momentum is gone. And that was kind of the story of the entire game, not just the fourth quarter. If you look at the plus-minus on the entire game, you can see it here. Luka Doncic, +9 in his minutes on the court. PJ Washington, 0. The other 3 starters, all in the minus. So when Luka Doncic was playing, Dallas was beating them. What I'm saying is, the Celtics did take Game 3, but there was definitely a path there for the Mavericks to win. In fact, if Luka Doncic doesn't foul out, who knows? Maybe they do win that game. I'm not saying they do, just saying it's a possibility. So here we are in Game 4, trying to place a bet. I mean, Boston moves to 7-0 on the road in these playoffs. They haven't lost a single road game. This 7-0 with a plus 11.0 net efficiency, which is wild. It's the best in the NBA by far this postseason. How do you bet against that? Historically, also, this is a spot to bet Boston. Since 2003, home teams down 0-3 in a playoff series, 26-51 straight up, 33-41-3 against the spread. So not only do they lose the game at a high clip, but they're not even covering the number above 50%. Now, the line's 1 in this one, so not applicable. But historically, this would be the time to bet the team up 3-0. So when you hear people say, the NBA's rigged to prolong the series, right? They don't want sweeps. They want as many games as possible. You can laugh at them knowing the data shows almost the opposite of that. That being said, I'll take the Mavs here in Game 4. If I'm being honest, probably just doing a little bit of gambling here. It's the NBA Finals Game 4. I want to have some money on the game. As far as betting value, do I think we can turn a profit here? Maybe. I don't know. It's just more me doing some gambling. I want to root for the Mavs to keep the series going. That's what I want to root for, so that's what I'm going to put a few dollars on. Really not going to be that invested in it, if we're being honest. But yeah, it'll be Dallas for me. I'll lean towards the over, but just give me Dallas plus the 1 in the money line. Live show, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We'll go through the NBA game, then we'll go through all 15 MLB games. If you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. If you want my top bets or top bets from anyone on the staff here, or you'd like to join the Discord or get in on the weekly betting league, head over to KyleKirms.com and sign up for Sauce Network Plus. The information's on the website. Yeah, let's have ourselves a nice Friday night here. It's loaded, a lot of sports on. Definitely hasn't been my week. Tuesday and Wednesday were both losing days. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I had a good Thursday, but I lost my first bet on Thursday also. So definitely just a rough week for me. That needs to stop. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.